Instead, if you want something really challenging, really exciting, a natural dialogue, you'll be able to try out this more advanced and really exciting resource. Hi, have you ever tried the technique to practice speaking English called shadowing? Well, if you want to know more about it, carry on watching. This is Susan Broder from Speak Languages and Travel the World, here to help you improve your English with minimum effort and maximum benefit. So I don't know whether you've heard much about the technique called shadowing, and to be honest, it's not something for everybody, but if you have the patience to practice it, it will really improve your fluency, because many people just don't have the time or the opportunity to speak to native speakers. And speaking is the only way you will improve your fluency and your speaking. So how can we maximize our speaking production without having a partner to speak to who will help us and correct us? You also need challenging resources to be able to practice your speaking. Otherwise, you'll never increase your competence. You'll never improve. You'll always be speaking on the same level. So what is shadowing? Shadowing is taking any natural native input. It can be audio, it can be video, but it has to be something where you hear the sound and listening to it and repeating it. But the difference between listen and repeat, where first you listen and then repeat, is that shadowing is like a shadow. You are actually doing it at the same time as the person speaking. So it's not actually something very easy to do, and it may not be interesting and stimulating for everybody. We all need to find our own way of practicing, but I do find that it's very, very effective, at least if you don't like doing it occasionally, because it really makes your muscles work. There's what we call muscle memory, which means that we do things as an automatism. So if you get your mouth to always pronounce the same expressions in a certain way, your mouth will just automatically do it, and you won't feel as if you're tripping up on something like in a tongue twister. So it really, really is an effective technique. And I recommend doing it occasionally, especially with expressions that you find quite tricky. There are various ways you can do it, but what I recommend is if you are not so advanced, if you're still at the beginning and you want to test your shadowing, I would recommend taking something quite repetitive. And there's a website called Me, which is perfect for doing that. You take an expression or a tense you want to practice, you type it in, and then you listen to it for the first time and then repeat it. At the same time, you're reading it, and therefore you have the visual aid. So you listen, you repeat, and then you do it together for as many times as you feel comfortable before progressing to the next one. And the nice thing is that with Me, these are all short phrases taken from original films, and so you have very natural language, a British, American, Australian, native and non-native, but natural English as you'd have it on a film or as you'd have it in everyday life. Therefore, it's something worth doing because you get a great spectrum of different pronunciations. For example, going to. Some people will say going to, some people will say gonna, and you're going to be able to practice in all the different formats. This is something for less proficient students. Instead, if you want something really challenging, really exciting, natural dialogues at a certain level, quite advanced actually, I would recommend waiting, and after my examples with Me, you'll be able to try out this more advanced and really exciting resource. So let's dive into Me to see how it works. If you're not so proficient, or if you want to practice a specific phrase, a specific expression, the best thing to do is to type it into Play Phrase Me. First you listen to it and repeat it, and then you shadow it with the same intonation as many times as you feel comfortable before going on to the next sentence.
I think I'll be going to sleep now.
I think I'll be going to sleep now.
I think I'll be going to sleep now. I think I'll be going to sleep now. I think I'll be going to sleep now.
I think I'll be going now.
I think I'll be going now.
I think I'll be going now. I think I'll be going now. I think I'll be going now.
I appreciate that, but I think I'll be okay.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that,
but
I think I'll be okay.
I
appreciate that, but I think I'll be okay.
I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine. I think I'll be fine.
And also, I think I'll be living in that garage for as long as I want. Oh. And also, I think I'll be living in that garage for as long as I want. Oh. And also, I think I'll be living in that garage for as long as I want.
Another example of a sentence to practice. Now, are you going to is very formal. Many people pronounce it gonna. Are you gonna?
Well, how are you going to do that? Well, how are you going to do that? Well, how are you going to do that?
Who are you going to meet? Who are you going to meet? Who are you going to meet? What are you going to wear? What are you going to wear? What are you going to wear?
Rachel, are you going to deny that she ever lived? Rachel, are you going to deny that she ever lived? Rachel, are you going to deny that she ever lived? Are you going to have me fired for bad manners? Are you going to have me fired for bad manners? Are you going to have me fired for bad manners?
In this case, he said gonna and not going to. So as you can see, even for me as a native speaker, it's not easy to shadow depending on the speed they're speaking at and depending on the complexity of the sentence. However, this is a way with Play Phrase Me to practice shadowing specific forms of specific expressions over and over again with different formats. So you see, depending on what kind of input you've chosen, it'll be easier or more difficult. It does take a while to get used to it. However, if you are more advanced, there's a really exciting resource for advanced students called High Level Listening. The exciting thing about High Level Listening is that they offer such a wide range of different resources and all in very natural English, as you'd hear it in the pub, on the street, at the restaurant, at the doctor's. It's not falsified, it's really natural English. I recommend you check out their website. Now let's look at how we can use a role play in a restaurant, which you can find on the High Level Listening website. This is the kind of resource I recommend. High Level Listening from highlevellistening.com. There are two teachers, Kat and Mark. Kat is American and Mark is British. And I've been following their website since it started. It's quite new, only a couple of years old, but they make excellent advanced resources. So this is a role play at a restaurant, and they're actually supposed to be listening resources, but they are very good to use also as shadowing resources. Why is this? Let's have a look. Here I'm going to take as an example a British restaurant, UK getting seated when you have a reservation. So as you can see here, there are clips which are between 15 seconds and 30 seconds long, so very short. They repeat, so you can listen to them infinitely, and they have a transcript. Now, the transcript has advantages and disadvantages, which I'll now explain. However, it's a good idea maybe to take a look at the transcript when you're not expert yet. And once you become expert, I'd recommend you don't look at the transcript first. Why is this? Because, for example, here in the last line, the server says, okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me? But would you like is really not something you'd hear at a restaurant or a pub. Most people on the street will say, would you like? So not would you like, but would you like? So if you're reading the transcript, you'll tend to be influenced by the spelling of words and you won't concentrate on the sound. That's why they're actually excellent listening exercises. Now, if you listen and don't look at the transcript, you'll end up saying it as the person says it themselves. Would you like? But if you read the transcript, you'll be tempted to say, would you like? So let's try a first piece to give an example of what I mean by shadowing with this kind of resource.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation? Now, I would repeat this a few times until you feel comfortable with it in your mouth. Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation? Let's listen to how he says it again.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
So here he's said a very nice D. Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
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 Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation? Now we've repeated it a few times. We can actually say it at the same time as he does, which is what shadowing is all about. Remembering to use the intonation, the expression, and the pronunciation that he uses.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation? Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation? Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Okay, now we can carry on to the next sentence.
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Now you can hear she's American, so quite a different pronunciation. Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Now let's continue with the next sentence.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people. Now, as you can hear, he doesn't say for 4 people, but he says for 4 people. For 4 people. Evening, guys.
Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late. Now, sometimes the language becomes a little bit like a tongue twister. And as you can see here, this is one of those. So when this happens, I recommend starting from the end of the sentence and say late. Be late. Gonna be late. Is gonna be late. Friends is gonna be late. Our friends is gonna be late. One of our friends is going to be late. Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late. Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late. Because the whole objective of shadowing is to repeat, but to repeat with the same fluidity, the same fluency as the original. And so when you're speaking shadowing over them, you should almost sound the same as them.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me?
Well, if you've noticed, he says, would you like? Would you like to follow me? Would you like to follow me? Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me?
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me? I'll show you to the table.
Again, if it sounds a bit like a tongue twister, start from the end. The table, to the table, because it's not to the table, but it's to the table, to the table. I'll show you to the table. I'll show you to the table. Follow me. I'll show you to the table. Would you like to follow me? I'll show you to the table. Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me? I'll show you to the table.
Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me? I'll show you to the table. Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me? I'll show you to the table. Evening, guys. Do you have a reservation?
Yeah, I think it should be under cat, K-A-T.
Okay, it says here it's for 4 people.
Yeah, one of our friends is going to be late.
Okay, no problem. Would you like to follow me? I'll show you to the table.
So you see that if you practice it more and more, you'll notice how you get a little bit more fluent, you sound a little bit more natural, and your muscles in your mouth will get used to speaking at a certain speed with a certain expression. And that's one of the objectives of this shadowing. Of course, it doesn't allow for creativity because you're actually copying what someone else has said, but it makes your muscle memory, it helps your mouth learn expressions, and they'll just come automatically if you repeat them often enough. Let's try another example. In the UK, getting seated, but this time there's no reservation.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Repeat it. Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
Good evening.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
That's no problem.
That's no problem.
Got a table for 2 open at the moment.
We've got a table for 2 open at the moment. That's no problem. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment. Again, start from the end if it starts getting too long. At the moment. So not at the moment, but at the moment. A table for 2 open at the moment. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment. That's no problem. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
That's no problem. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment. Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
That's no problem. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment.
Actually, it's going to be 4 of us.
Actually, it's going to be 4 of us.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
That's no problem. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment.
Actually, it's going to be 4 of us.
That's quite a mouthful, but if you practice it quite often, you should get the hang of it.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
That's no problem. We've got a table for 2 open at the moment.
Actually, it's going to be 4 of us.
Okay. I can see one that's just opened up now. Do you want to follow me? I'll take you over.
Okay, I can see that one's just opened up now. Do you want to follow me? I can take you over. I can take you over. Notice it's not I can take you over, but I can take you over. Do you want to follow me? I can take you over. I can see one that's just opened up now. I can see one that's just opened up now. I can see one that's just opened up now. Do you want to follow me? I can take you over. Okay, I can see one that's just opened up now. Do you want to follow me? I can take you over.
Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Ooh, no, actually we don't. Sorry.
That's no problem. We've got a table for two open at the moment.
Actually, it's going to be four of us.
Okay. I can see one that's just opened up now. Do you want to follow me? I'll take you over.
I can take you over. You can see this is actually quite advanced English. So on the one hand, I find that these are excellent because they're short clips and they're very natural English. So it's no point practicing with a language that's too easy. On the other hand, if you really are not up to this standard, then you can go and choose something a little easier. But of course, if it's a little easier, you'll at the same time not be practicing what we call realistic English, because when you do go to the restaurant, this is what you're going to be hearing and not simplified English. So this website, High Level Listening, is excellent. I recommend you check out all their other resources. There's everything possible imaginable for improving your English. So please check it out, highlevellistening.com, and see if you can also recommend it to others, because it's really top quality materials. So you can see that this is a really very effective resource. I recommend you check out their other pages. And if you do shadowing with this or other resources, your fluency will really increase. And even if you're being less creative, because in the end you're copying, you are in any case feeding your brain with natural English, natural expressions, and you'll automatically bring them out again when you need them, just like a child would when he's learning a language, and with the power of repetition, he learns to speak his own native language. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of other videos as I upload them. And I'd really appreciate it if in the comments below, if you could let me know how you got along with this technique, if you found it beneficial or not. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!